(2010년을) 뜨겁게 달궜던 스타크래프트2 오픈. 과일장수 김원기, 네스티 임재덕이라는 새로운 히어로를 탄생시킨 스타크래프트2 오픈의 세 번째 시즌이 드디어 마지막 관문을 앞두고 있다. 지난 11월 22일 막을 올린 소니 에릭슨 스타크래프트2 오픈 시즌3는 또 한 번의 새로운 변화를 겪었다. 김성재와 박상희, 황규종과 최정민 등 실력파 선수들의 이른 탈락은 모두를 아쉽게 했고, 그 자리를 치고 올라온 신의 선수들의 활약은 눈부셨다. 또한 양치아점, 헤이드 후세인, 요스, 조나단, 그렉 필즈 등 여러 외국 선수들이 본선에 합류하며 글로벌 리그다운 면모를 과시. 특히 스웨덴 테란 조나단은 외국 선수 최초로 4강에 오르는 기염을 토했다. 무엇보다도 이번 시즌 가장 큰 이목을 끌었던 선수들은 바로 이들. 프로토스의 약세도 불구하고 위풍당당 끝없는 승리의 기쁨을 맛본 이영석, 안홍우, 그리고 장민철. 최초의 프로토스 4강 진출, 그리고 그 이상의 결실을 맺은 아름다운 성과. 그 결과 2010년 12월 18일 바로 이곳 인천 송도의 결승 무대에 서게 된 프로토스의 우상, 프로토스 원탑 OGSMC 장민철. 포기를 모르는 근성, 승리를 부르는 남자 DSLA 박서용. 두 선수의 마지막 무대가 우리를 기다린다. 전 세계 게임 팬들과 함께한 스타크래프트2 최초 메이저리그. 글로벌 e스포츠의 새로운 장을 연 스타크래프트2 오픈. 과연 마지막 우승컵의 주인공은 누가 될지. 소니 에릭슨 스타크래프트2 오픈 시즌3의 결승전, 지금 그 막을 올립니다.
Welcome to GSL. This is John. Hi, I'm Jay again. Jay at Songdo, Incheon live. We're going to be translating the opening ceremony again.
감사합니다. 드디어 대망의 시즌3의 결승전이
We are the first major league of StarCraft 2
성대한 막을
after
올린
season 1
시즌3의
and 2. We are
결승전,
now at the finals of our last season. We present to you Sony Ericsson StarCraft 2 Open Season 3 Grand Finals
팬 여러분들과 함께 생생하게
at Songdo
호흡하러
Convention Center in
인천
Incheon.
송도를 찾았습니다. 지난 9월
Hello,
첫
I'm Lee
시즌이
Hyun-ju.
시작되었죠. 시즌 1의 우승자
Last
김원기,
September,
또 시즌 2의
we started
우승자
our first
임재덕
season of
선수가
StarCraft 2 Open,
장충체육관에서
and now we are in our last
정점을 찍는 데
season.
성공을
In
했습니다.
season 3,
자, 그리고
we had a good
이어지는
mixture of
시즌 3
skilled players who
오픈 대회
qualified
마지막
for all
무대에서
3 seasons
오늘
and
최종
newcomers who
챔피언이
showed their new
탄생을 하게
powers.
되는데요. 자, 과연 어떤
This mixture
선수가
created a
이
lot of
무대의
epic games.
주인공이 될까요?
Finally,
전 세계
the last two players standing will battle for the championship here in Songdo, Incheon.
자, 이번 시즌은 특히나 많은
Sony
이슈들이
Ericsson StarCraft
있었습니다.
2
그
Open Season
안에는
3 Grand Final was sponsored by the City of Incheon and the Incheon Tourism Organization. Before we start,
등장이 눈에 띄는 시즌이기도 했었고요. 자,
the
해설
actual
자리에 오른
finals,
두 선수들
before we start the actual finals, let's hear some words from the mayor of Incheon, Song Young-gil.
오픈 센스의 결승전은 인천광역시와 인천관광공원과 함께하고 있습니다.
Excuse me.
본격적인 결승전
Still up.
시작하기 앞서 인천광역시의
I think John read it a little fast.
직전을 보내주셨습니다.
Still-
함께 지켜보시죠.
안녕하십니까.
Here's the
인천 시민
mayor
여러분,
of Incheon,
전국에서 찾아오신
Song
게임
Young-gil.
매니아 인천광역시장 송영길입니다. 먼저 우리 송도 컨벤시아에서 스타크래프트 2 결승전이 열리게
And
된
he's
것을
very
진심으로
honored to host the StarCraft
이 게임은
2 Season 3 Finals at Songdo Convention Center.
우리 송도는 앞으로 유비쿼터스 도시로 발전해 나갈 세계 최첨단의 도시가 될 것입니다. IT 산업이 모여드는 이
And,
시기에 스타크래프트 2가
He's telling everyone how good city Incheon is.
이번 스타크래프트 2는 3D 기술을 접목한
The city of Incheon is known for its tourism and it's very developed. And
이 대회를 통해서 많은 게임 매니아들이 다시 한번 우리 대한민국 IT 산업 발전의 계기를 만들고 특히 우리 송도가 최근에 시스코사와 전략적 투자 협정을 맺어서 이곳에 IT 산업의 그런 기초 플랫폼을 깔게 되는 계기를 만들게 되었습니다. 이것을 계기로 우리 송도가 IT 산업이 더욱더 집적되는 계기가 됐으면 좋겠습니다. 스타크래프트 2 많은 사람들이 모여들고 즐기면서 대한민국
And he
게임
hopes everybody
산업의
has fun here
발전의
today at
기폭제가
Songdo
되고
Convention Center
우리
watching the
송도와 함께
StarCraft 2 Season 3
인천과
finals.
함께 IT 산업의 새로운 발전의 계기가 되기를 진심으로 바라겠습니다.
And he hopes that StarCraft 2 and Incheon can both develop.
스타크래프트 2 결승전 성공적 개최를 기원드리겠습니다. 감사합니다.
And he hopes the finals goes as a success.
네, 말씀 감사합니다.
Thank you for your speech. The city of Incheon and the Incheon Tourism Organization not only sponsors our Season 3 finals but also hosts the 2010 Incheon Year-End Festival. On December 31st from 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. the 2010 Incheon Year-End Festival will be hosted at Wangsan Beach. There's going to be a lot of fun stuff including fireworks, so please show your interest and feel free to come and visit.
부탁드리겠습니다. 자, 저희 GSL 무대가 이곳
Before we start the finals of the Sony Ericsson StarCraft 2 Open Season 3, sponsored by Sony Ericsson and Blizzard and hosted by GOM TV, let us introduce some people that we should thank. Please give a big round of applause for these people.
시즌 1 장충체육관에서 김원기가 탄생했습니다. 그리고 시즌 2에서는 역시 장충체육관에서 임두덕 선수가 본인의 이름을 우승
The season
트로피에
one finals
새겨놓는 데
was
성공했는데요.
Fruit
자, 과연
in
2010년을
Jiangsu
마무리
Gymnasium,
짓는
and
시즌
season 2
3의
was Nest T,
우승자 어떤
also in
선수가
Jiangsu
될지 함께
Gymnasium.
지켜보도록 하겠습니다.
Let's see who will
뜨겁게
become the season
올라왔습니다.
3
거침없이
champion in
질주했습니다.
Songdo Convention
자,
Center.
시즌 3의 우승 트로피를 향한 우승 후보 첫 번째 우승 후보부터 만나봅니다.
Let's meet our first contender.
운영이면 운영, 방어면 방어, 컨트롤이면 컨트롤. 전장을 장악하는 조용한 카리스마. 다양한 경기력으로 모두를 숨죽이게 만드는 사나이. DSLA 박서영.
시즌 1의 김성재, 시즌 2의 이정훈, 이제 이루지 못했던 테란 우승의 염원을 박서영 선수가 하려고 합니다. 신들린 해병 컨트롤의 박서영 선수를 모셨습니다. 자, 박서영 선수에게 맞서는 또 한 명의 우승 후보를 곧 이어 확인해 보시죠.
He's here to prove that Terran can do better than second place. He's TSR Rain Park Soyoung.
Now let's meet the second player here to contend.
막강한 실력, 넘치는 자신감, 재치 넘치는 퍼포먼스. 그의 플레이는 유쾌하지만 거침없다. 이제는 모두 나를 부통령이라 부르라. 그 당당의 대표 주자 OGS MC 장민철. 장민철.
이 종족은 어땠습니까? 지난 시즌 1과 2를 아울러 관전밖에 할 수 없었던 비운의 종족이었습니다. 그런데 이번
It is incredible to see how much confidence this player has. I think his confidence comes from his skill. Please welcome OGSMC 장민철.
박서영 선수를 무대 위로 모셨는데요. 저희 무대 중앙으로 이동을 해보도록 하죠. 자, 무대가 꽉 찬 느낌입니다.
Now we're gonna have a small
인천
interview with the two
전시회를
players.
가득 메워주신 여러분들의 함성이 이 두 선수의 가슴 속에 와 닿았을 텐데요. 자, 그럼 먼저 경기에 앞서 두 선수와 잠시 인터뷰를 나눠보도록 하죠. 자, 먼저 우리 박서영 선수, 안녕하세요.
안녕하세요, 박서영입니다.
네, 반갑습니다. 여러분, 박서영 선수에게
Hi,
박수
I'm Pak So-young,
부탁드립니다.
TSL Rain.
현장을 가득 메워주신 또 박서영 선수를 이렇게 크게 응원해주신 여러분들을 보니 지금 마음이 어떻습니까?
How does it feel to see so many people supporting you?
보답해야 될 것 같아요.
자, 결승에
I
장민철
think I should
선수가
do my
올라올
best
거라고
to
예상하셨습니까?
entertain everyone that came
네,
here
4강
to Seongdo
대진을
Convention
보고
Center.
장민철 선수가 올라올 거라고 예상하고 있었어요.
Did you expect this
네,
result?
제가 들은 바에 의하면
when I saw
장민철
the
선수를
semifinals
상대로
matchup, I expected OGSMC to
테란전
come up to the
스페셜리스트인
finals.
장민철을 상대로도 나 박서용은 충분히 승산이 있고 스코어도 아주 깔끔한 스코어를 예상한다라고 들었습니다. 좀 상세하게 말씀드릴 수 있을까요?
You said before
오늘
that
준비한
you're confident
대로만
against OGSMC and you'll be able to show a pretty even match.
자, 4대
If he
0이라고
performs
했습니다.
as he practiced,
아직 장민철
he,
선수가 인사를 나누기
expects
전부터
to beat his
지금 퍼펙트
opponent
스코어
4-0.
4대 0을 예상을 해 주었는데요. 알겠습니다. 자, 이에 맞서 우리 장민철 선수 안녕하세요.
네, 안녕하세요.
네, 여러분 당당맨 장민철 선수입니다. 큰 박수 부탁드릴게요. 장민철 선수 프로토스 유저들을 비롯한 전 세계 많은 스타크래프트 팬 여러분들이 응원을 하고 있습니다.
A lot
그
of
마음
Protoss fans are
느껴지시나요?
supporting you today.
네, 이렇게 많은 팬분들이 찾아와 주셔서 되게 이렇게 와닿는 것 같아요, 가슴에.
I'm surprised to see that this many
리허설하고 사전에
people
준비를 할 때는
that
전혀
came
긴장이
out to
되지
see the
않는다라고
finals,
했습니다.
and
지금은
I can feel the
어떠신가요?
support now.
Do you feel
사실
nervous?
긴장이 아예 안 된다고 하면 거짓말 같고요. 예, 조금 이렇게 벅차 오르는 것 같아요.
자, 벅차오르는
It'll be a
이
lie if
순간
I say that
박서영을
I'm not,
상대로 어떤 연습을 했으며 나는
nervous.
4대 0에게
So, I'm
4대
pretty
0에
nervous
어떤
today.
답을 해주고 싶다.
TSL Rain said he'll beat you
4대 0이라고
4-0.
하셨는데
What can you say against that?
자신이 0인 것 같아요.
Oh, he said 4 zip, and he thinks that TSL Ren will be zip, and he will be 4.
역시 이 두 선수 대단하네요. 자, 장민철 선수의 4대 0. 자, 그렇다면 박서영 선수에 대한 그 전력 분석이 다 끝났다는 얘기인가요?
Have you
네,
finished
일단,
analyzing your
치즈러시로
opponent?
유명하시잖아요. 네. 제 추적자 컨트롤이면 한 마리도 안 죽고 막을 것 같아요.
TSL Ren
네.
is known for his cheese. So
자, 제가
from his
인터뷰를
stalker
보니까 나
micro, he
장민철에게
thinks
치즈러시를
that he could beat
했다가
TSL Ren easily.
박서영 선수 승리를 할 수 없을 거예요 라는 이 인터뷰를 했다고 들었어요. 자, 그 기사를 보셨나요?
네, 봤습니다.
OGSMC
어떻게
said
생각하시나요?
in an interview that
제 치즈러시는
that you have no
공식적인
chance.
승률이 100%이기 때문에 장민철 선수라도 막을 수 없을 것 같습니다.
My cheese
자,
rush has a
명품
winning rate of
치즈러시를
100%,
감행할
so I
의향이
think
있으신
OGSMC
겁니까?
can't hold
네.
my cheese.
자, 알겠습니다. 자, 4대 0이라고 두 선수 모두 공이 언급을 했습니다.
So the
자,
both
그리고
player
오늘 특별
thinks, they
시즌 3의
could beat each other
무대는
4-0.
선수들이 한 세트 승리를 거둘 때마다 무대가 선수 부스가 앞으로 전진을 하게 됩니다. 자, 양쪽 부스 중에 자, 먼저 4세트 승리, 4승을 기록한 쪽에 성공을 하는 쪽이 우승을 차지하게 되는데요. 또한 4승을 차지한 그 부스와 센터 쪽에 우승 트로피는 연결이 되어 있습니다. 조직적인 이 무대에서 과연 우승 트로피가
Just a little
어떤
explanation
우승을
about the set.
차지하게 될지
There are
궁금해집니다.
two
자,
booths,
마지막으로 경기에
and there are
임하기
numbers
전
next to
팬들에게 한
the booth.
말씀,
And every time a
부탁드릴게요.
player wins a set,
일단
the booth
이렇게
moves forward.
많은 분들이 찾아와
And at the end of the railway, there's a trophy.
좋은 장소를 빌려주신 인천광역시.
So as you win, you get closer to the trophy.
이렇게 외국인 팬분들도 많이 오셨는데
I see a lot of foreign
되게
fans here
감사드리고
today. Thank you for coming.
My another Korean fans coming. Thank you very much.
와우! 자, 글로벌 인터뷰가 또 화제가 되기도 했었죠. 장민철 선수. 네. 자, 이렇게 팬들의 심금을 울리는 이러한 멘트 하나하나가 좋을 것 같습니다. 자, 박서영 선수도 경기에 임하는 각오 한 말씀 부탁드릴게요.
많은 분들 와주셨는데 오늘 경기력으로 보답하도록 하겠습니다.
네, 여러분.
Many people came today to watch us, and I'll perform my best to do
자,
my
이 두
best.
선수는 4대 0을 약속한 사나이들입니다. 있습니다. 한쪽은 지킬 것이고 한쪽은 못 지킬지도 모릅니다.
They
자, 그러나
both
이렇게
promised
자신감 있는 것은
4-0. One of them is going to keep their promise, and one of them won't be able to
결실을
keep
맺는
it.
순간이므로 여러분들 큰 박수를 쳐주실 거라고 믿습니다. 자, 경기에 앞서서 역시나 항상 든든한 가족들이 이 두 선수를
we're going to
위해서
have an
지켜주셨죠.
interview with their
제가 어머님과 함께
mothers.
인터뷰를 나눠봤습니다. 영상 보시죠.
소영이가 처음에 학업을 그만두고 선수가 된다 그랬을 때는 진짜 많이 반대하고 또 걱정도 많이 했기 때문에
I was against him when he
많이
first said he was going to
말리고
become a
저하고
pro
다툼도
gamer.
있었는데 프로 입단하고 한 3개월 만에 결승까지 올라오게 되니까 너무 기쁘고 또 제
But
결정이
within
잘
3 months
된
after joining
일이라는
a
걸
pro
알게 돼서
team,
너무 기뻤습니다.
he made it to final.
어렸을 때는 굉장히 밝고 애교도 많고 해서 가족들 사랑을 많이 받았거든요.
When he was a little baby, he was very
커가면서는
charming and
하고자
lovely,
하는 거는
and he loved
의지가
his family
상당히
very much.
강하더라고요. 굉장히 실력 있는 선수라고 들었습니다. 그리고 계속 테란에 강하다고 얘기
heard that
들었는데
OGSMC is a very strong
결승에서
player,
서로 좋은 모습
especially
보여줬으면
against Tehran.
좋겠습니다. 여기까지 오는 데 있어서 뭐 결코 쉬운 길은 아니었는데
It hasn't been easy
원하는
to come all
목표에
the way
가깝게
here.
다가가게 돼서 너무 기쁘고요.
But
이왕 여기까지 올라왔으니까
I'm really glad that he made it to final,
결승에서 우승까지 했으면 좋겠습니다.
and I hope
소영이 화이팅!
my son wins.
어머님과의 인터뷰였습니다. 18살이죠? 박서영 선수가 어머님에게
TSL Rain is now 18
어머님께서
years
박서영
old.
선수는 항상 그냥 든든하고 아주 잘 자라주는 아들임에 불과했는데요. 자, 이렇게 멋진 또 프로의 모습으로 무대에 선 것을 보니 무척 반갑고 또 고맙다라는 인사 전해주셨습니다. 자, 한
And his
말씀
mother
하셔야죠,
should be very
어머님께.
proud of him.
엄마 사랑해요.
네, 짧고도
love you,
굵은
mother.
아들의 멘트였습니다. 자, 이어서 우리 장민철 선수의 어머님과도 잠깐 만남의 시간을
Now let's
가져봤습니다.
meet
함께 보시죠.
OGSMC's mother.
자랑스럽고요. 지금까지 저기 1, 2차에서는 좀 부진했어요.
I'm proud of him.
세
He didn't do very
번째는
well
꼭
in first and
우승했으면
second season,
좋겠어요.
so I hope he
아들이라고
wins this
그래서
season.
좀 그렇게 자랑하는 건 좀 그런데요. 되게 효심이 많고 좀 이렇게 뭐라고 얘기해야 되나, 인터뷰는 좀 이렇게 당당하게 한다고 지가 좀 건방 컨셉인데요. 사실을 알고 보면 되게 마음도 따뜻하고
He's very
한마디로
good to
되게
his
착해요.
family, and
서로,
although he is very confident in front of the camera
최선을
and in the
다해서
interviews,
경기하고요. 누가 우승을 하든 최선을 다해서
he's very,
팬들한테 좀 기쁜
soft
경기를
and a lovely
구경할 수
person
있는
inside.
좋은 경기를 보여줬으면 좋겠어요.
And
이 민철아,
and she hopes
너무
that,
저기 떨지
OGSMC does well
말고
today.
또 자신감 있게 원래 잘하는데 이왕이면 열심히 해서 꼭 우승했으면 좋겠다. 화이팅!
Play confidently, and I hope you win.
네, 어머님 감사합니다. 장민철 선수의 어머님과의 만남이었습니다. 장민철 선수, 어머님께 한 말씀 하셔야죠.
엄마 일단 사랑하고요. 한 달 뒤에 계좌로 1억 송금될 거예요.
I love you, mom. And a month later, there will be 100 million Korean won sent to our account.
부상에 어머님께 드리온다는 것을 약속을 하신 건가요?
네.
자, 알겠습니다.
Yeah, did you promise your mom to give all the prize money?
자, 이렇게 해서 장민철
He said
선수와
yes.
박성훈 선수의 어머님과의 인터뷰를 한번 가져봤고요. 자, 이 두 선수들은 이제 본격적인 결승전 경기를 치르게 되겠습니다. 자, 박성훈 선수가 승리를 거두게 되면 최초 테란 우승자로 탄생을 하게 되는 것이고요. 자, 그리고 만약 장민철 선수가
So if TSL Rain
우승을
wins today, he's the
차지하게
first Terran
된다면
champion,
최초
and if
프로토스
OGSMC wins
진출자,
today, he's the first
최초 프로토스
Protoss champion.
우승자로 역사서에 남을 것입니다.
So
자,
this
그럼
is gonna be a
여러분들
very
큰
historical
박수와
night.
선수는 경기석으로 입장합니다.
Now they'll
박수
move to their booth,
부탁드리겠습니다.
and you'll have Tasteless and Artosis shortly.
Thank you.
Don't get me wrong, I'm gonna love you all night long while you turn me on till the love and the liquor's gone. But if you wanna leave me, then you better find me before the sun goes down. And if you wanna hate me, you're gonna take me long to stick around. It's like a match to the gasoline. I'm nice as hell till I get in. I'll be a pumpkin early Mr. Clean shining your mama at your front door. And then you late night bonfire jam right on the guy blast out on back. Too many good times to be had.
Greetings from Seoul, Korea, and welcome to the GSL Season 3. I am Tasteless, and with me is Artosis. Artosis, it's time.
It is time, Tasteless. This has been a long and fun season, the best season so far.
Oh, easily.
And we have a great Terran vs. Protoss final coming up. Had some great entertainment in the beginning, though.
Yeah.
Really cute little show going on by our Korean commentator
Yeah, I hope
fellows.
you guys enjoyed that a lot.
Yeah.
And, of course, thank you, John and Jay, or Double J, for making that translation look so smooth and easy. Again, thank you to our sponsors as well, Sony Ericsson and the Incheon Tourism Organization. In case you haven't noticed, or if you've watched the previous GSLs, you may notice we're in a different setting here. We're backstage right now because we're in a different convention hall right now. We are in Incheon, and it is packed here. I was wondering if it was going to be as big as it was in previous seasons. It's bigger, and we're actually out, pretty far out from Seoul. So it's pretty cool to see that this many people made it all the way out here.
That's right. I mean, this is pretty far out, but of course, Incheon, a very big city, a very good city itself, full of StarCraft fans, so they are here to watch and support their favorite Terran and Protoss player. The guys in the final. There he is, TSL Rain. There they are, the Korean commentators, and here we are, the English commentators.
We got TSL Rain against OGS MC, TSL, the SCV Life, OGS. I don't even, what does OGS stand for?
Old Generations.
Old Generations, all right. We got just a ton of excitement coming up here, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. Please, if you have friends that are not going to be watching this live, encourage them to get the premium ticket. They'll have access to all the VODs, and they'll be able to see all those games. It's a great deal. I believe it's $20.
Yeah.
So definitely spread the word.
And I would like to say
a
big shout out to all those people watching this in their big groups. I've read about a lot of groups. People are joining up to watch it all over the world. A lot of GSL final parties. So
I believe actually in Toronto they rented out a theater.
Yeah, we just saw that on TV. So hi, you guys in Toronto.
Greetings to all of you.
They're all
wherever
cheering
you are.
right now. They're like,
We got to everybody who's in the group around the globe. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm just so amped to get these games going, and we're going to get a little bit more information posted for you guys about this match, and then we're going to get this started. Artosis, what are your predictions?
I see an OGS MC victory here, but I don't think it's going to be as one-sided as a lot of people think. I'm going to go with 4-2.
4-2?
4-2.
I'll play devil's advocate. I think Rain does have a chance of doing this. MC, a lot of people are saying the favorite. I could see Rain winning this, though, 4-3. I don't know if it's going to be as close as Season 2. I do know it's going to be just as awesome. Season 2 winner, of course, was Nestea. Now, we're going to get another shout-out for you guys here momentarily of the other player stats and maps and everything like that. TVP, though, this is our first Terran versus Protoss for the GSL finals. Our two previous finals were TVZ. So, here, we'll get the map lineup up here. We're going to have to tell our producer to turn down his mic volume here.
I can't hear anything you're saying, Tasteless.
The map lineup is
Delta Quadrant, Lost Temple, Zelnaga Cavern, Steps of War, Jungle Basin, Blistering Sands, and Metalopolis. Now, if we take a look at these maps, Rain is going to really want to win that first map, Delta Quadrant, get off to a nice, strong start, because that is a map that historically so far this season has been very good for Terran versus Protoss. And then we have a couple of really good maps in Steps of War, of course, a very close map distance-wise. We've seen some cool builds by MC there, and if Rain doesn't wall in, perhaps the same fate will befall him, which happened to our dearest Jinro.
a lot of great fan art here. It's so many people actually down here. We've seen a ton of great signs, nice artwork there. Of course, if you guys ever want to come out to future GSLs, it is free to just come to the studio. We don't charge tickets or anything like that because we're just so nice. So please feel free to fly out here. If you do fly out here, you will be probably landing in Incheon. Great international airport. Got to plug Incheon, man. They're making this tournament happen, and we love them. Of course. Now, TVP is a matchup. I think it's really evolving quite a bit. There's a lot of different ways to play it. We don't seem to know exactly what's the correct way to go about doing it. Just like in original StarCraft 1, Terran versus Protoss, there's a lot of incredibly risky things Protoss can do early on, and get away with. Terran tends to be the defender, at least for the start of this matchup, but we have seen some two racks play as well.
Oh, certainly. Both sides can really get very aggressive. There's a lot of very strong all-ins in the matchup, but at the same time, we're starting to see a little bit more to the late game in this matchup as well. And I think we're actually going to see, I don't know if it's going to be tonight, but in the future, certainly a huge evolution of the matchup.
Oh, yeah.
It's starting to become much more understood. But here we go. We're going to start the game.
Countdown's begun. Get ready for some TVP action here on our first map. It's going to be Delta Quadrant. It's going to be pretty sick. This is a GSL. Down here in the bottom left location, our Terran player from the team of the SCV Life. They call him the one, the only TSL Rain. Over here in the blue, our Protoss player, a member of the team OGS, our first Protoss to make it to the GSL Finals. So, right off the bat, we have a ton. Hold that thought, actually. Is he going to scout? No, he's not going to scout cross positions. Excuse me. We have our Protoss going up to the upper left right now.
Yeah, we do. He is scouting really quite quickly. And, well, we take a look. Sorry, just a little bit of technical difficulties for a second here. People be yelling in our ears. All right, we have a TSL Rain. Gonna go ahead and wall in on Delta Quadrant. And, well, MC. Pretty standard opening.
Over here, Terran walling in. Gas taken. We're gonna have the orbital up momentarily.
That's right, and we see that, all right, gas going up for MC.
Yeah.
And I feel like a broken record, but we're not going to see a whole lot of what these guys have planned until we get out that first Stalker and that Marine to chase away any scouting probes and SCVs. Because, well, why give away information when you can just wait 10 seconds and then do it? Anyways, without anyone seeing it.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, so much of StarCraft is about intel gathering. It's about, spotting what your opponent's doing and then countering that. Obviously, everybody goes into this with some kind of a specific strategy, but if your opponent knows that, well, then your strategy can just be countered. One interesting thing about StarCraft is that basically you have to know your opponent's build orders just as well as your own. You have to be able to spot for whatever it may be that's going to give away what they're doing, and that's why we don't see too much action if they do orthodox standard builds in a matchup like this.
Quite true. We do see a very fast second gas from MC here. And that's, kind of obvious. He's going to probably rush up and get some sentries out. You got to be pretty careful about this map. Terrans do love to just try to push right up there, just, stim their units and run up. You see this probe walking around.
I thought he was going to put a pylon there.
No, just kind of hiding out.
Note he did make a reactor over here, but the Marines, the probe is going to spot the reactor. Let's see, does he cancel? Does not decide to cancel.
Well, Rain, he is getting that factor. As you see, he has the double gas up. So, probably going to see some Banshee play, but definitely could be a Raven in there as well. Maybe seeing one of those quite strong timing attacks. MC, though, here we go. It is time to see his strategy. Stargate going up.
Now we saw MC use a Stargate incredibly effectively in the semifinals. You can rush the Terran pretty hardcore with that. And over here, second barracks.
Interesting. Siege tank and a second barracks. All right, well, let's point out a couple things about TSL Rain here, and a little bit of harassment coming down instantly from MC, but he's probably not going to attack quite yet. There is a bunker at the top of the ramp, as you see. But anyways, we do have siege tank making, which is quite interesting. This is not a build that we've really seen in this matchup. Siege tank plus 2 barracks. But again, he has some of the best Protoss in the entire world to practice against. Tester and Songho both on TSL to practice with Rain. I'm certain they've been practicing with it nonstop. And that is going to make for some interesting builds coming out of Rain, I believe.
All right, you're going to see a rush pretty soon here. The first Void Ray is going to be pushed out. Now note, our Terran player with the double reactors on the barracks, he's going to have a lot of Marines. He can take on the Void Rays. Usually we see the Terran getting a lot of trouble if he went through a tech lab on the barracks because Marauders are just so not good against air units because they can't attack air. They can't just lay down on their backs and shoot in the sky.
That's quite true. We see the SCV just saw those stalkers just standing around outside of PSL Rain's base, so he's going to know that there is some sort of attack coming, but this is actually going to be a very powerful Void Ray because of this walling. He can hit stuff out of range, and that's exactly what he's going to do. It's going to be hard for Rain to actually stop this, and he's going to lose that reactor quite quickly.
Second bunker on the way, but it is going to be canceled. Now, our Protoss is aware of how many Marines there are, so he may actually just try to pick off the depot and the barracks and then just back off.
Yeah, and that's pretty good, man, because MC just utilizing this one Void Ray, and in fact, not even making a second Void Ray.
He's actually going to get a Robo.
Yeah, so he's going to go ahead and play it pretty safe, get that out, and in the meantime, we do have a Viking being made for Rain.
Yep, Vikings on the way for Rain. You know, interesting that we didn't put the reactor on there, so I don't think he's committing to a ton of Vikings. Meanwhile, over here at the expansion, the backdoor base,
yeah,
I have him taking out these rocks.
I really like this by MC. You don't want to be down on that low ground when it looks like Terran is probably going to do some really crazy rush on you. I mean, there's siege tanks, there's Marines, all this one base play from Rain so far. And basically, MC is going to be able to just use force field up that ramp, and without any Thors to walk through that, he's going to be quite safe indeed.
All right, we got the Protoss pushing out again, and he is going to expand, playing it safe. As far as I can tell, Artosis, I think our Terran player is going to go for a one-base timing attack.
Yeah, it's certainly looking like that.
This is a serious commitment to this.
Oh, yeah, indeed. And, well, there's a lot of siege tanks. He is getting that siege mode upgrade. Has a lot of Marines being pumped out. So it's basically going to be Marines, siege tanks, and it wanted to be medevacs, but there's going to be a couple Vikings as well. Now, MC, if he catches wind of exactly what's going on, he's going to be able to really stall it quite a bit. With, you know, just force fielding the ramp. He's got some of these flying units like the Phoenix and the Void Ray to stop any tank drops on his cliff. So MC is actually in a really good position right now. Should be feeling quite good.
Yeah, all MC is going to have to do, it looks like, is just defend this one strong timing push. And here comes what looks like it's going to be that push right now. SCV in the front. He doesn't want to waste scans. He's just going to have this SCV, very brave SCV, you know, be the one that's going to scout so that if he does see a Protoss army such as this one, he can siege up in time.
That's right. Now,
is he going to send the? Oh, he's sending more SCVs. It's not an SCV all in though.
No, it is kind of an all in just because he's not going to expand behind it.
Yeah,
but it is
not our standard all in. Yeah.
Yeah, no, this is an all in that's going to take a while. It's going to take some hard work pushing up. And MC, I love what he's doing right now, pumping out Immortals, just chrono boosting them so fast to take out those siege tanks, and even making the Phoenix, because you can lift the siege tanks off. That's very good choices so far by MC. He's got to be feeling pretty good here.
Okay, MC, all he's got to do is stall. The Terran is investing everything into this attack.
That's right. Got a lot of siege tanks down the bottom of that ramp, making that bunker. That's going to be a very powerful bunker. And he's trying to stop any sentries from force fielding. And he may, in fact, be able to do that because siege tanks are so close now. And a lot of zealots being made. And it is time! MC is going to run forward here. And a nice force field there to pick off submarines. But
I don't know if that was a good idea by him. He force fielded the ramp. He couldn't engage any further. And as you can see, the Protoss did take some pretty heavy damage. Meanwhile,
right.
Terran continuing to reinforce.
But you know what's really beautiful is this Phoenix play right now. You just killed off a couple of the Vikings. There's not a lot of flying units left to really spot the high ground.
Oh, that's a good
Look
point.
at this, just keeps microing those Phoenix around, trying to take out all the flying units, and eventually he's going to have a bunch of Phoenix, and he can either cut off reinforcements, which it looks like he may be going to do, go harass SCV lines, pick up siege tanks. There's all sorts of things he can do, and it looks like he's going to pick off reinforcements. Look at this, going to pick up the siege tank and try to take it down. Micro to get away from those Marines, and that is one less siege tank to join that battle.
He needs to take out the Stargate quickly. Note the Phoenixes can go back to the Terran base and start taking out SCVs.
Right, it's going to be pretty scary for him to do anything here. Going to take out that starport, that's fine. He's already got a bunch of Phoenix out. Let's take a look at the supplies. This is what happens when you expand. Your opponent does a very slow all-in. It is 79 supply against 108. Way in the lead is MC supply-wise. And realistically, Rain has to make something happen right now. Look at this, 25 probes against 37
MC's moving out.
Oh my god, here we go. There's a bunch of bunkers picking up the siege tanks.
Oh, brilliant.
Very nice moves there, but he's got to take out these bunkers right away. The Immortals dealing sick damage to the bunkers. So many Zealots dancing behind those Immortals, and when he moves out here, it's going to be up to the Marines to take out those Immortals. It looks like MC going to absolutely crush. Well, no, those Marines doing a great deal of damage.
He's got to target fire the tanks with the Immortals. Believe it or not, I thought MC was going to lose that, and am I right? No, more Stalkers coming down here.
There we go. His production is in full swing at this point, so even though Rain was pretty cost efficient there, MC with the reinforcements does end up cleaning up, and now this is becoming pretty lopsided. Let's take a look at that supply, 42 against 74, and MC has the expansion up, so his income is about twice as much. Pretty sick play by MC, and I do not know, man. It's going to be so hard for Rain to actually come back from this.
He didn't take out these destructible rocks back here. It means he's going to have to expand here. He's going to expand right away. That's going to be a vulnerable position. The Protoss has switched into a Colossus tech. As you can see here, double Robo all the way. He is going to be pushing with Colossuses, Colossi, whatever you prefer to call them. And I don't know if there's really any way Terran can recover. I got to say, though, okay, I guess somewhat of an SCV.
All-in phase 2, tasteless.
Phase 2 of an all-in. I didn't know you could all-in twice, but apparently you can.
Well, it's like all-in, and he calls you, but he doesn't have enough chips, and then he wins, and then you have, like, you know, just those 5 chips left over, tasteless. That's what this all-in is like. It's going to be hard for him to break through, but he does have a lot of Marines here. We'll have to see this Zealot doing a good amount of damage, and just targeting away those siege tanks with the Immortal. Does not care about the Marines. GG. MC hammering Rain.
Hammer time. MC. MC. Giving his little finger shake. What a badass, man.
He's like,
Oh, no, you didn't. Wow. MC.
Don't all in this kid, man.
You know, it's so funny because what I love about MC is he has so much personality.
He does.
So much character in his play. And this is going to be tough for Rain. That was a pretty brutal game, to be honest.
It was.
You know what I think he might have wanted to do? I think it's somewhat debatable. I think he might have wanted to try to put at least 1 or 2 tanks before the Phoenixes were coming out and try to hit the Nexus.
Absolutely.
From the low ground and at least force something. I don't know. Actually, maybe not.
I completely agree with you, actually, Tasteless.
You think it's a good idea?
I think that it's a great idea. A much better idea than what Rain actually did.
Yeah,
if he had actually set up all his siege tanks and bunkers over at the side and really went all in on the expansion, well, the problem with that is MC can then walk down the ramp and gain map dominance, maybe crush him in a little attack from behind, but it's pretty tight over there. He could have set up some good buildings. Could have. I think it would have been a better attack than what he did there, where MC kind of has to screw up and be like, I'm scared, and attack into everything down the ramp. That's really the only way he was going to lose that game.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Now, I'm not entirely sure if we're going to cut to a commercial because that was a pretty short game. They said if it was too much of a short game, we might go straight into the second one. So we're going to see here.
I hope so.
I hope so. I want to see who's going to win these.
I just want more games, man.
I just love commentating these games. By the way, thank you to our sponsors at Sony Ericsson and the Incheon Tourism Organization. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in and joining Tasteless and Artosis at the GSL. We have many more awesome GSLs to come in the future. So expect great things.
They do, Tasteless. They always expect great things from Tastosis.
That's right. The next map is Lost Temple, and we'll be right back momentarily, guys. Jesus on our dose of the GSL. Grab some cookies, another soda.
Good plan.
Get a soda pop. Turn up your electric blanket. You're cold, you know.